Hi guys, how are you today? I've got some Minecraft for you. First I gotta deal with these. Well, the skeleton spawner is working great, so that's good news. It took me a while to actually get the whole thing hooked up and to make it so none of them got stuck in the water transporters. Not too many more now. Come on. One more. Nope. Two more. Okay. And now I'm gonna clear this thing, throw it into my trusty lava trash can. Yeah, get rid of all this pointless shit that I don't need. I've got chests full of this stuff. Alright, so I'm going to take you guys through my Minecraft world. As soon as I harvest some of this wheat. I'm going to show you some of the projects, some of the things that I've got in progress, some of the things I've already finished. I had the stroke of genius where I had my mic muted the entire time I was actually playing, so this is me talking over it. But, I think it still works. I've got two friends on this world, John and Ashley, and I'm trying to keep up with them because they're building together. I think our houses are pretty similar in size. That oak one back there was theirs. The dark oak with the stone coming out of the top of it is mine. Let's head over there right now. Oh. Get at it, you two. So the plan that day was to build an enchantment room. Even though I did not have enough books yet, and that's exactly what we did. The fun part about being in the future is I know how this room ends up. I'll let you in on a piece of it. I determined that the walls on the inside, on the front, yeah, those ones, they look like chocolate bars, and I just couldn't take it anymore, and so they're different now. But the rest of it's the same. I also realized that you could just stand and place the stairs. I don't know why I was jumping. And right around the point where I finish these stairs, around the ceiling, I slab them up. And it took me until then, right then, to realize that this thing was asymmetrical. That still pisses me off to this day. I have not changed it. But I thought here to myself that you kind of get the sensation that it's symmetrical once those lanterns are in place. It kind of distracts from the ceiling being uneven. That's not so bad. But the chocolate bars. They had to go. And there you have it. And that's the enchantment room. So I decided to move on here to something a little bit bigger. A storage room was the thing that came to mind, and I began work on it as soon as I had that idea pop into my head. I wanted it to be very large, bigger than anything else in the world. So I yes, Stella, hello. You guys can hear her, right? Oh yeah, you can totally hear her. Come on, small cat, say hi to everybody. This is Stella. She likes to be very loud. But I wanted this storage room to be bigger than anything else on the server, and I had that intention in mind when I first started it. So I started with the walls, and I just made them nice and high. I made sure to work in odd numbers so that I wouldn't have really any issues with doorways or things like that, or centering. It's just easier. Just leave it at that. So that's what I started to do. I started to put up the walls, and quickly a day went by, and it felt like nothing. I also quickly realized that I did not have the dark oak supply that I would need. I burned through that so fast. I mean, I started with a decent amount of it, and I kind of thought to myself, yeah, this'll get me most of the way done. No, not even close. I did make another trip to go get more dark oak because I ran out way too quick, way too early into the project. But I mean, I got a decent foundation down for it. I got a lot of the walls done, and the setting, I guess you would call it. And this is when I thought it was high enough. I took a look and I said, yeah, that's pretty good. But it needed something. I felt something was missing. And I don't mean this hole in the wall right here. I went to fill that one in, but then I thought of something. I thought of something that was kind of a throwback to my bed house over there that you see in the distance attached to the tree, that floating glowstone. I really liked that idea of the floating glowstone light. It just looks nice. It looks almost wizardly, I guess, as though there's some magic afoot. So I decided to just kind of pop in a floaty glowstone light, and I think I put a second one on the other wall just to the left of this, and that helped a lot. It helped give some character to this entire thing, which, I mean, let's face it, was really square and bland and boring before that, so kind of broke up the monotony, and it broke it up really well. I like how it turned out. It's got some style now. Oh yeah. So then we start with the chests. And this, a lot like everything else, has evolved since this, because again, I am sitting in the far future where this project is finished and the enchanting room is free of chocolate bar walls, and I have this entire place filled with goodies, and it has a ceiling, believe it or not. But first, I needed to harvest some dark oak. That was the elephant in the room. I couldn't get any farther. So, we come running not too far from our house. We have this nice, lovely roofed forest. And it's where I've been getting all my dark oak. I just gotta be careful not to harvest it out, because I've been taking some pretty big chunks out of it. I just stayed here until I filled my inventory. Brought some shears, chop up some leaves. I still don't think I've used those leaves though. I'm pretty sure they're just sitting in the storage chest waiting to garnish a salad or something. I don't know. All in all, it was a easy lumber trip. There was really not too many complications. I stayed here for a full Minecraft day and a full Minecraft night, just taking down any tree I could find. I blew through my shears, picked up all the saplings I could get my hands on, so that way I could hopefully start a dark oak farm. Fucking spiders and creepers trying to stop me. I never did fix that creeper hole. It's just kind of gracing the forest there, and it's probably gonna stay there forever. Oh yeah, and then this little bastard tried to get me to stop. I wasn't having it. So I figured we had enough, so we continue on our way back. But I got distracted. I got distracted on our way back by the ice biome that you see over there in the distance. So I was like, yeah, why not? Let's go harvest some packed ice. The dolphins told me it was a good idea. I also wanted to do some big game hunting, and I wanted these polar bears dead, so I did not notice that she had cubs, but after I killed the mother, I was just so full of bloodlust that I had to kill the little babies. No mercy. Rest in peace, baby polar bears. And I had to kill the daddy for good measure. No reproduction. And then, of course, if you're in an ice biome, you gotta grab some packed ice, because the stuff's just so fucking useful. Ironically, I have not actually used any of it yet. But that's okay. Oh no, little buddy. Get back in the water. You can't survive out here. You don't have legs. Get back in there. Get back in. Oh, you bastard. Get out of here. Fuck off. Come on. Get back in the water. Swim free, dolphin. So now that I have returned from my dark oak trip, I finally have enough to actually finish this beast of a project. I just lined it up to make the base look good. I spent more time than I would care to admit trying to figure out just how to line the base of it, just to make it kind of look flush with the ground and not quite so blocky, which I know is kind of stupid sounding because it's Minecraft and it's all blocks, but you know, just to make it look nice. I have kind of a proclivity for that kind of thing. I mean, I definitely like function over form, but there's nothing wrong with taking a few seconds to work on the form, you know? Just have it be appealing to the eye, have it be interesting. So this is where I start on the meat of the project, if you will. I build a nice little chandelier. This is my center point. I've got it lined up with the two lights that are on the walls. So that's dead center. And a lantern comes out of that. From there I move on to the supports, I guess would be the word for them. I go straight up from there, slab out the sides, and I just go with a little simple dome around the edge. Nothing too crazy. I mean, I'm no B-dubs, you know. That's okay, we'll get there, we'll get there. Before you know it, I'm gonna be having Valhalla-sized dinner halls and all kinds of crazy shenanigans. It's gonna be great. For now, though, it's just a I mean, it's a big project, but it's a simple one. The formula for it was simple. I didn't really have to put too much thought into what I wanted to do. It just kind of, once I had the general idea in mind, the shape of it just kind of formed itself, really. I just went with what came out. After I got down to this point, I realized that I didn't want to just continue doming out because I didn't want it to just look like I don't know, an upside down bowl. So I started doing these cool little archways to kind of add to the interest some more. I revamped them a little bit later, you'll see that too. But I worked from the top down this entire time, which I don't know if that's the best way to do it or not, but it worked out pretty easily for me. After I got to the corners, especially once I could stand on the base on the floor, I just stretched it all the way down, and from there we had a generally complete roof. I did redo these posts though. I think they would look better as oak wood rather than planks. And I was very right. That's a stylistic choice that I'm proud of. It would look too plain if it was all planks. Needed to break up the monotony a little bit. So I go ahead and continue all four sides. Just nice, strong, punky wood posts holding this nice giant tower up. It worked out too. To my advantage, if I do say so. It was a quick process, definitely, once I knew what I was doing. Start to finish it, I think it only took me like an hour and a half or 2 hours. I don't think it took quite as long as 2 hours. That is excluding the dark oak wood trip, by the way. Shit. So yeah, that little death was fun. I mean, I kind of had to laugh at myself looking back and hearing how pissed I was. That was mic audio from when I was playing, by the way. Not the entire thing was muted. Only the first time, because this is over the course of I think 3 sessions. But I just broke them up. I mean, who wants to watch a guy literally harvest dark oak wood for 3 hours? It's kind of boring. So you guys are getting the nutshell version. And this is where we're almost complete here. We've got a lot of the... I mean, you can see the shape has completed itself. You can kind of glean the finished idea from what I have here. It's only going to grow as we add more and more things. I mean, I sort of just added in basic categories of items that I could kind of think of off the top of my head, and they'll definitely get reorganized later once we have more items available to us. Oh yeah, somebody left a leather smiley face. I think that was John. But for now, this is a nice little storage system. It's going to serve its purpose, and I'll probably be using it for a very, very long time. That's good. I like things that last. Well, there you have it. That's the storage room for right now. Oh, I guess we can put down these last 2 chests, huh? There. Looking pretty good. Looking nice and stacked. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Till next time, bye-bye.